Hi, you will not. Hi, you will not. Right, so here we are. A couple of people have already joined. Quickly, let me know, can you hear me well in the comments real quick? Because I've done some settings so you can hear me better. And I hope that really works in that sense. We'll get 2 likes, and as always guys, 1 like equals 5 push-ups. You got echo going on, hang on. Now the echo should be gone. Echo should be eliminated, my bad. Should be gone now. Let me know if it's still there. And then I'm gonna check further into things. I'm gonna investigate. I'm a detective. Detective type of is. Okay. Still there. What? Still there? You sure, man? There's still echo. So basically you can hear me twice or what? Hang on, let me check that. Let me check it real quick. Gone. I'm gonna check it out. Hang on, let me check that. Let me check it real quick. No, it's gone. Like, I don't know what you mean. Like, now you'll hear it quickly again, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what lol is saying there. Like, I can also not hear it. I'm gonna check like one more time just to be sure. Roger is saying he can't hear it. Can also not hear it. Here now you should hear me twice again because I've turned it on, but yeah, I've turned it off again. So yeah, you shouldn't be able to hear me like twice, triple, quadruple, sixtuple times in a row. It's fine now. What do you mean by fine now? Is it good? Is like Roger saying it's 100% good? That's what I want to hear. You know, like it's fine sounds kind of like, you know, it's okay, it's passable, I can watch. You know, it has to be gone. Yeah, so welcome everybody that has joined in. We'll be getting into the analysis in just a bit. We have a couple of things to talk about this time. I thought about doing an entire overlay. So basically the entire chart or the entire stream would be looking something like that. Just imagine it. So basically the ratio would be looking something like this. Hang on. Something like that. Then here's going to be my face cam and here's going to be the stream. So that way, for example, like my face cam, which is like somewhere right in here, is just covering up everything that's on the top right. But that way, nothing will be covered up. This could be something potentially for the next stream, but you know, you guys just let me know what you think about that. I've thought about it so you can, because let's just say, for example, I'm on charts right now. Okay, you can't see which pair I'm, like which time frame I'm on, but yeah. Anyways, so let me know about the audio. I don't know, people who are watching the stream since, you know, the last couple of days, the audio was Sometimes it was good, sometimes not, depending on how far away. Like now, even when I'm in here, you should, like, you hear me worse, like quieter, but you should still hear me well. So lol is saying, so I just joined the Discord and I just want to ask if the strat that you use works just as great. He has deleted it. How I delete, man? On Nasdaq. Yes, yes, it works well on Nasdaq. You just came into the stream to ask that? You can also ask in Discord if you want to. But yeah, it works on all markets. Like, one of my students, he's called Ghost Whale, it's even trading crypto, you know, and he's doing quite fine with that as well. So, you know what's up. Okay, so Lol is saying just as great for Nasdaq as the pairs that you trade normally. Yes, you have to do like different modifications on it because you cannot hold over the weekend. I personally don't like futures. They're not as well as Forex, but you can still trade them in if like that's what you prefer in that sense. But yeah, they also work. But you have to know the strategy to begin with, right? Because a lot of people, when they see the videos or whatnot, they believe that they have a great understanding of the strategy, yet they haven't even backtested like 100 trades, right? Which 100 trades is not even enough, but like they have barely even backtested it and they believe, okay, I know the strategy, you know, fuck that guy, I'm not gonna watch his videos, right? Like, you don't have to watch all of my videos, right? If you want full details, then yes, you know, you have to put in the work and actually watch that shit. I've done countless of free videos on my strategy, but if you really dive deep into one video like the masterclass that I did, right? It's 1 hour and 30 minutes long. It's going to explain to you everything, literally everything. And then, you know, after that, if you're still not able to do this and after actually trying, you know, I'm not just talking about, you know, watching the video on your phone and then after that wondering, man, why is the strategy not working? Because you haven't practiced enough, right? Practice is part of the process. Like, the videos giving you the theory, right? But there's more than just theory. So here we are. This is how the current account is looking like. We were at 29, now we're at 25 again. No problem. Hang on real quick. Okay, so we got 6 viewers going on. Make sure to like the video, guys. I am going to do push-ups later on. And we'll start with the analysis in just a bit. You know, let it be like 5 more minutes or something like that. Smoke is saying, where's the prop from documentary? What prop from documentary? What do you mean? You know, you mean the video that we have, like, we didn't watch it last time, but we wanted to watch it. Do you mean that one? Ghost Whale in here. What's up, my brother? How are you, man? Yeah, so, okay, so while we're in here and we're not doing the analysis for this day, which I am going to do in just a bit, let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday, I have not taken a single trade, okay? On, like, not even one pair. I mean, you passing a challenge on different episodes, like, I can't do that. Is that like an idea or something? Because you're saying it in the way that I've announced it or something like that. I've never announced such thing. But if it's like an idea, then yeah, it's a cool idea. We could do that. Roger saying, I send you a form for passing a funded account. Bro, can you check in your future? I think you're one of those guys who I have tried to message on Discord, but you're not allowing friend requests. So, Ghost is saying AUDCHF and ZDCat. Okay, we're going to look at that in just a bit. And then Smokers was saying you forgot. Nah, like, I think it's actually pretty hard to gaslight me. Not saying you're gaslighting me, but I really don't know what you're talking about. Like, you can be wrong, but I don't know if I've ever said that, you know, I've never said these words. I am going to do an episode where I'm going to pass a prop firm challenge one by one. Never said such thing. Alright, so once again, sometimes I cannot be sure about certain things, but I also think that gaslighting me is pretty hard to do. For anybody that doesn't know what is gaslighting, gaslighting is when you're making the other person believe they have said something or done something which they have never done, right? Okay, so yesterday I did not take a single trade, and there was clear reasons for that, because we had a gap lower and we just couldn't really tell. For most pairs, right, so for USHF, for most pairs, the previous day low has already been taken out. So basically the entire candle started in here, which, you know, has already taken out the previous day low. So nothing to really trade off from. So Roger was saying, my bad bro, I'll fix that now. All right, man, fix it and then just send it once again, like the whole survey. And then, yeah, right? Because I have like a lot of different people and I have to check in the list who are you really are. So just do another one, you know, enable friend requests, and then from there on we can go. Okay, so your GBP, yeah, pretty much all pairs, right? So this entire thing, where has it started? Here, I guess. And then that has already taken out the previous day low. And even if it hasn't taken out the previous day low, I still wouldn't have taken that because of this massive gap, right? There's just, yesterday was really not a good day to trade. So this is what that is. We're going to remove everything. Yeah. Let's do the analysis in just a bit. We have a couple of pairs to look out for, and my brother Ghostwill was already saying AUD, CHF, and CDCat. We can definitely look at that. Yeah, I've already been eyeballing a couple of different pairs for today. Yeah, we're going to do it. So how has everybody's weekend been? Right, yesterday I did not stream because of that exact reason. I wanted to stream, but then there was just no trade opportunities, and I don't really get the point. Like, if a lot of people would like that, me still streaming and, you know, maybe do some type of analysis, some different education, like not live trades, then I could also do that. But I figured out that most people just really want to see the live trades and the analysis behind that, and after that they're willing to basically just chat, right? So yeah, if there's not like enough demand for it, then I also don't see the point in streaming in that sense. But yeah, just let me know in the future what you think about that, and from there we can work around. So yeah. So I can already see that AUD CHF is going to be something that we like. Hang on, AUD CHF. Oh no, was out of here. NZCat. NZCat, I think. Or also have that already in my watch list. Sometimes it's just confusing to see it all. Okay, here. Okay. 5 likes, man. Halfway there. Now we're getting likes like very, very fast recently. Okay, I'm gonna start with the analysis. So let's go to your CHF. What we can already see right from the spot, this on the daily time frame right now, we have already taken out the previous day high. So from the rule point, which if the previous day high or previous day low has been taken out, right? So in that case, high has been taken out. We're not going to take a trade. And yeah, this is basically aligning with the rules. However, this entire thing has a no-way candle onto the upside. So probably we are also going to shoot higher. Now, if you might be saying, well, it also has a no-way candle onto the downside. Well, we are just trading lower. If the price is going to get higher, this will be creating the entire wick in that sense. So there is potential to trade higher, but this is only going to be higher risk accounts, right? So maybe I'm going to trade later, but I'm not going to look too much into it. Let's focus on the pairs we are sure that we want to trade. This pair, what can we see? Oh, dang it. This pair, what is that? That's what I like to call a 50-50 candle, or we in that sense, right? You can't tell if we're going for the previous day high. You can't tell if we're going for the previous day low. So no trade. So now we're going to go to the next pair, AUD-CHF. This is something that we like. This is going to be your established movement candle, right? this entire candle is indicating, hang on, I think you cannot see it on the stream. This entire candle is going to be your established movement. So it is showing you strong momentum onto the upside. We also have taken out liquidity in here. So most likely we are going to continue in that direction and shoot for previous liquidity. Now these are also going to be relative highs, pretty sure. Let me see if that is actually the case on the 4 hour. Yes. So this is all going to be liquidity that we want to trade into. And even in the case where you say, okay, well, but that swing high, so basically that swing high is quite far away from that one, is still going to be okay. Because what about this swing high and those ones? Those are definitely going to be relative highs. You know, in these kinds of scenarios, it's kind of good to have a way where either way it is going to be liquidity on that sense. So it goes from the same, but we have taken out high and low of the day before on AUD CHF. Yes, so recently me and my students on the Saturday had a live meeting where we gone specifically for these kinds of situations. Now I'm going to keep it like very broad and not that much in detail, because most likely we are going to trade onto the upside, although yes, we have taken out the previous day low and also the previous day high. Since the momentum is there, we are still going to trade onto the upside. Go there, just like watch the video. Oh, I think I have actually not put it into the Google Drive for you to watch again yet, but I'm going to do that a little bit later. So if you want to trade onto the previous day high, usually yes, you would be fine because we've taken out the low and the high, but since the momentum is there, I'm still willing to take the trade. So I got a little bit confused of this pair. Okay, going to remove everything real quick. Goes was saying check. Yeah, I've checked it. Oh, I mean, I think you checked it. That's how you meant it, I guess. So we have already traded into the previous day high, so that's not going to be a trade for us. Simple as that. So now let's go to USD CHF. We've already taken out the previous day low, so that's also no trade for us. Let's go to AUD NZD. We've already taken out. I'll zoom in for you so everybody that is watching on the phone can also see it. We have already taken out the previous day high, so that's also no trade for us. Let's go to NZD USD. Previous day has been taken out, no trade. NZD CAD goes where it's basically having the entire watch list in. Like I don't even have to go through all of that. He has basically scanned the market already for us, and then we're just basically following off what he's saying. For everybody that doesn't know, Ghostface is one of my students. So we want to trade onto the previous day high. Why? Because we have already established move onto the upside. Now this entire candle has also already taken out liquidity. This is basically like not an all-time low, but if you're just going to see it as that, then this is very recently the lowest point possible that we have traded into. So now the momentum onto the upside is possible. Now it is also not falling back into a random level. We have taken out liquidity. Ideally, we would have also taken out this liquidity point, which these are now relatively lows. But since we have already taken out enough liquidity and this entire movement is already the established movement onto the upside, it is okay taking the trade. Remember guys, we like to focus on what has recently happened. So basically this entire candle, right? So yes, the entire context always matters because we have traded into this low and there is liquidity. So I'm gonna mark it as that, liquidity lower. But since we're just trading very recently, just care what has recently happened. Right now we have traded onto the upside, so that's pretty much all that we care about right now. We also have this entire price action gap, which we have not traded back into. Now keep in mind, price action gaps on the daily time frame, they can take a little bit of more time, such as the 1 or 4 hour time frame, but it's still something that I like to consider trading onto the upside. Now I am going to check how the position will be looking like in just a bit. Let me see. Okay, that's pretty much all for our entire list. So this is going to be the first opportunity that we want to get into. What I don't like about this entire thing is two things. Basically, we have one FEG, two FEGs, three FEGs, right? One of them is going to get traded into. I do not believe that we're just going to ignore all of these FEGs. At least one of them is going to get traded into. All right, let me see how the entire position will be looking like. We're going to go into the 1 hour time frame. Like approximately here, it's going to end. Okay, what I like, we don't even have to trade all the way to the previous day high. So I'm willing to extend it. Let me see. Okay, this is not relative equal highs in that sense. I was referring to these ones. This would be a pretty good scenario if this candle high would be higher than this swing high. but this has not happened yet, basically. So we can definitely extend our entire take profit onto here. Stop loss, reload us slow. This will be how the position will be looking like. Now I'm going to check further if we're willing to take a trade, because I can already see if I'm willing to take a trade. I am going to put, hang on, 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth is about to be created. Now you have to 100% put your entire take profit, your entry, lower at this FEG. You're not going to take it as that, because one of these FEGs has to get traded into. If you have that many FEGs, basically all of these FEGs are just imbalances, which even in that case, this is going to be a BPR range, right? We need to trade into at least the very minimum this one. And I don't know if we're able to sustain all of the previous FEGs. What I like is that in order for a position to fail, we would have to fail through this entire FEG, and then yes, we are just going to trade into these FEGs, right? But there is significant amount of reason why we are trading onto the upside because of the daily time frame, right? I like what the daily is telling us. So let me take the other firstly, and then we're going to decide further on. Let's go into the 1 hour time frame. Let me see how the position will be looking like approximately. Okay, so that's fine. We're trading a little bit above the previous day high, but that's like no problem. Not going to put my entire entry into this FEG. For everybody that's watching on the phone, there's a small FEG in here. We're not going to put it in there. It's not really worth it in that sense. For the other pair, it was a different story. So, AUD CHF we can definitely take. About the other pair, I am going to look further into that. Let me see. Okay, we're already trading lower. That's great shit. And I'm just going to take position. So this is AUD CHF. Here, 0.1. Market order. Let's go to NZD cap. So even if this is going to continue higher, I'm not willing to rush in. So how is the daily candle? It is basically starting right in here. But then, hang on, let me do the original position. Original would be this one, 0.2, extending our take profit. We're also going to aim for the candle lows in here. Stop loss below this one, just so we can refine the entry a little bit better. And I'm still thinking whether or not to take this trade. So just so you're not getting confused, right? Everybody was taking the trade. AUD CHF is basically going to be the safe one, right? Now the other pair, so basically NZD CAD, is already more of a risk scenario. The fact that I'm already thinking about it, should I not take this? This already makes it not so high probability. So keep that in mind. Every time you're already starting seeing that lack of, confidence, that is your sign, okay, the trade is not that high probability. On that trade, I am even willing to do something like that because for some reason, I heavily believe that we are going to trade lower because we have this massive BPR that is about to create it. And then also just, this is our FEG on the 1 hour time frame. Probably not going to take it like that, but this will be an option, right? So once again, don't follow this trade. This is more of a riskier one. Still thinking if I'm willing to take this or not. So AUD CHF, we want to trade onto the upside. We are going to wait this out either way. We are going to wait it out, and the reason for that is because in order for me to even consider taking this trade on a high risk account, we still have to go below this candle low. So there is going to be enough time for us either way, okay? So no need to rush it. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Hang on 1 second. So yeah, how has everybody's trading been? Let me do some quick analysis real quick. Just for the mentorship. So yeah, as of right now, it is really just going to be AUD CHF. Let me check NZD CAD real quick. Still waiting for this one. I'm thinking about what must happen in order for the trade to not play out. And 74 time frame. Hang on 1 second. Alright guys, I'm somewhat of a magician in that sense. Why is that? I can tell you why. Hang on. Limit of NZD CAD set at 80409. Brother, once again, this high risk trade, I don't recommend that as of like your regular or whatever. It's going to be funded account, you know, personal account. You know, if you're willing to trade it with a small amount, you know, that's like one thing, but you get what I'm saying? That's not like a high probability trade that I recommend everybody to take. AUD-CHF is going to be like a good trade for today. You know, which country have you visited that made your heart melt? None. I visited a couple of countries, but like none really made my heart melt. So let's check this out. This is what I mean by magician, by the way. I am simply a magician. Dang it. That's what we do. It's also kind of weird adjusting the camera, not gonna lie. Let's do it like that. But what about you smokers? Have you visited a country which melted your heart? That's also kind of an interesting question, isn't it? Like, what country melted your heart? Like melted, literally, you know. I am flabbergasted. This type of melting. It's like, what country could melt your heart? Or maybe what country broke your heart? Imagine you went to a country and your heart got broken in that country. That's the most shit ever. Like, that's pretty bad stuff. Man, I don't have something to drink. So, Adito Slam was saying gold. There we have him, guys. There we have him. The guy that was asking for gold. Brother, I am going to get into gold in just a second, alright? When I have eaten, then we're going to get into gold, alright? So just be patient. Give me like 5 to 10 minutes. You know? In the meantime, where you from, bro? So, Tarvir Zaid was saying, I'm from Bangladesh. How's it in Bangladesh? Do you like it? Do you want to move out? I think nowadays everybody wants to move out. Hang on 1 second. Here we are, boys. This might as well become a junk food type of what's it called, channel. It's not even like a trading channel. Here, I got some marshmallows on it. You want to check it out? Okay, so Adi Toslam was saying, okay, Adi Toslam was saying Bangladesh. You're from Bangladesh? Okay, so we have two Bangladeshis today. We got Editor and we got Tavir. You guys are neighbors. Like, you might be neighbors. Maybe he's living right next to you. That other guy. So Zain Khan was saying, what is this? Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm trapped. No, brother, what do you mean by what is this? Like the what's it called? The position, or what is it exactly that you're talking about? Aditu Islam was saying, bro, you love Bangladesh? Like, I'm positive to everybody, like, in that sense. I don't know much about Bangladesh. I haven't been there in that sense, so, like, of course. Aditu Islam was saying, thanks. Boogie was saying, hi, what's good, my man? You've been in the last live stream for, like, a very long time, brother. How are you, man? Tell me about yourself. How's life going? How's trading going? You have tuned in. I hope everything is fine. I hope you're healthy. So Zain Khan was saying, yes, I can hear you. Hello, can you hear me? I'm trapped. Can you hear me? Oh, brother, you're talking about the chart? Yeah, but like, what exactly about the chart? You know, is it the position? Is it the charts? Okay, let me just introduce you, okay? So I am a negative risk reward trader, right? I am not trading the regular type of stuff that you see everywhere else. And so I just do something completely different in that sense. Basically, if you're not familiar with that, I recommend watching the other videos. So, Boogie was saying, all good, thanks. Appreciate it, brother. That's good stuff. Tavi was saying, what's your strategy, bro, in this chart? Yes, man, that's my strategy that I'm using, basically. Hang on, once I'm able with eating, right, I am going to break it down for everybody, okay? And if you don't have time and you're just leaving in that sense, that's also no problem. I've made a lot of videos on it. It's also explained in the videos on my YouTube channel, okay? So Aditoslan was saying, I'm always good. But you are too much funny, man. You're too much funny, man. You mean I'm funny? Sometimes. Regularly. Sometimes. Opportunistic. Yeah, once again, I'm going to break down charts and analysis. Just, give me some time. So Tarun was saying, Boca Cola. What's that shit? What's that, man? I have no idea what that is. Like, you might have gave me like a compliment or something, and I'm saying, what's that shit? Nah, I just don't know what it means. I got no idea. I don't know. Yeah, so entity cat is already going a little bit lower. It might be time to enter in just a bit. But once again, I am like not too. If we could already be doing risk management on our small account, which is $25 right now, then I would basically take this with half of the normal risk that I'm taking. But I can't do risk management on here. Why? Because the smallest lot size is already 0.01 lots. Like, I can't go lower than that. The skin is the best part, guys. That's all I can tell you. Yeah, for real. 7 likes. 3 more likes and I'm gonna do the push-ups. Smokers was asking, have you ever blown an account? Countless. Countless of blown accounts, man. I've not passed on my first try. And I think rarely there is ever going to be somebody that passes on first try. I guess some anomaly, maybe it's luck, or somebody that has been very experienced before. Because remember, prop firms are not out for that long yet. I thought you would say no. Now you're just rage baiting. And you're probably sad because it doesn't work. Their accounts you blew, was it out? So Smokers was saying the accounts you blew, was it before or after negative risk reward? Before. Oh. Somebody was asking earlier if I'm from Bangladesh. Yes, brother, I'm from Bangladesh. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, of course not. I'm white like snow. How can I be from Bangladesh? Smokers was saying, so after you switch to negative RR, you instantly easily became profitable. That also came with time, right? It wasn't like not fully instant in that sense, right? But yes, more or less, was going way faster and way better since then. Shit, man, I'm way too full. I don't know if I'll be able to do the push-ups. Like all of them. Smokers are saying, so the only reason 90% of traders fail is because of positive risk to reward. Pretty much, to be honest, pretty much, yeah. Like not totally, right? There is more into it. There's also going to be people who are unprofitable no matter what system, right? Because they're not doing the right things. But yes. Or put it like this way, 90% of traders don't even know that you can trade a negative risk to reward. Like, yes, they know it's possible in theory, but they like that idea doesn't even come to their mind. Or 90% of traders don't even understand what I'm saying in these videos, that you can expect to lose 10 times in a row. They don't even understand that point, right? Like you can prove them, you know, here's the math, like literally, and they're still going to mess up. Alright guys, I'll be here in just a bit. I'm gonna wash my hands. Now I'll be back. What up, man? Here we are. Three people watching, nobody just wanted to watch that shit. Okay, so Smokers was saying, then why don't you tell everyone to just trade negative RR, then everyone in the world becomes millionaires? That is wrong in so many aspects, what you're saying there. Come on, man. I told you, like, a couple seconds ago, there is more than just trading a negative reward or trading, right? You still have to have the psychology in that sense, right? You still have to have a proven strategy that actually works. All of these different things, right? It is not just going to be that trading negative risk reward, boom, you're profitable. No, but it's much more easier than if you're just trading a positive risk reward, right? And the reasons for that are already explained countless of different times on my YouTube channel. Okay? And you already know that. Like, you have been here for a pretty long time now. Yeah, like you have been here like since 4 months or so. Since the moment that I had like, or somebody was spamming hearts in the chat. Appreciate it, man. Some hundreds. So you have been here on the channel for like a very long time now. It's actually looking quite good. For a very long time, since like my best video, which had like 3,000 or something like views, right? So you already know like why we trade in negative risk reward. You know that stuff. Like, I think you said more or less. What exactly? Oh, you're saying about after I traded negative risk reward. What I meant by more or less, it just didn't come immediately, right? You're not just going to be, you know, negative. Like, how do you imagine this even? You know, yesterday I was a positive risk reward trader who was unprofitable. Today I'm a negative risk reward trader and I'm profitable or what? No, like, this shit takes time, right? It also didn't come immediately. But this was the very first like part of my entire journey where I saw success, like like great success. Before that, with the positive risk reward, I was also not really doing bad, better than like 99% of all other traders who are trading a positive risk reward. But if it would have been that good to this point, then I would still be trading it, right? So it wasn't as good as trading negative risk reward, because I was losing 3-4 times in a row. That was a thing, or even way more than that, and I just didn't want to do it. And if you look at the math, right, this is not just pull out of somebody's asshole. It's not pull out of Smoker's asshole, right? Like, go ask ChatGPT, right? He'll basically tell you the same story. This is just how probabilities work. I've not invented that shit. So our trade was actually somewhere in here. Let me check the original position. Not the original, but the modified position that we have taken. What is going to be in here? So entry is 549855 98554 54 9 5 8 54 549 85 549 85. I thought that was a little bit lower, to be honest. I thought that we have entered somewhere in here, but it's okay. Watch the video CoffeeZilla made on day trading. We can do that. Hang on, I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I think I've even watched it about prop firms, or was it like a different one? I think he has two, right? One was where it was very old. He was talking about day trading in itself, and then there was also about prop firms specifically. But I haven't watched neither of those videos fully, right? I've just like tuned in and never watched it like fully. Like, which one of these are you talking about? We can actually do that. Almaginio. Tell me you're from Italy without telling me you're from Italy, which you might as well not even be from Italy. But yeah. What's up, my friend? How are you? Just tuned in? Are you new to the channel? Are you new to the stream? Or have you been watching the videos? Smokers was saying the one on why you'll fail. Okay, we can do that. Let me check it out.
Me with my
So the old one, right, from 5 years ago, I'm gonna send it in and you just tell me, okay? Hang on. Are you talking about this one? Probably, right? It's actually an old video.
This YouTuber tried proving people are lazy.
So Smokers was saying yes. Okay, we'll do that in just a bit. Almaguinho, I have been on last stream and watching vids. I love it very much. Appreciate it, brother. I hope I can give you some value in these videos. Great shit to hear. Definitely. Okay, so if there's nothing... like, we don't really have much stuff other than that, so let's just watch the video, I guess. Hang on.
According to data, hard data, I'm outperforming 99% of day traders.
What is poppin' Snake Gang?
Today, I want to tell you guys.
Hang on, wasn't that
according to data, hard
man, what
data,
is he called?
I'm outperforming 99%
Mamba.
What is poppin' Snake Gang?
Today, I want to tell you guys.
Hang on 1 second, I'm gonna open it up on another tab. That'll be easier for me, so I can watch the stream meanwhile too.
Me with my index fund, according to the data, not according to anecdote, according to data, hard data, I'm outperforming 99% of day traders.
What is poppin' Snake Gang?
Today, I want to tell you guys.
Mamba FX, that scammer.
I almost certainly failed
Yep.
at day trading. Now, I made a video yesterday where I kind of memed on some day traders, made fun of them.
Literally 2:15 in the afternoon right now. Haven't even eaten nothing all day, man. Trader lifestyle is really difficult.
But it surprised me how many of you came back to me and said, oh, no, guru such and such is legit. No, my guru is legit.
No, my guru is legit.
Fundamental disconnect here because as I understand it, day trading is a game that you will almost certainly lose. And it's clear to me that a lot of you guys don't believe that, and maybe that's because of all the marketing that's been going on with these gurus. So I want to set the record straight. Just for a second, set aside your favorite Forex trader, you know, your favorite day trader, because they're trying to sell you something. Let's be honest. They're trying to sell you something they haven't seen.
What's that trading is legit.
Tell you the honest truth about day trading. And maybe even they will tell you, oh yeah, you know, a lot of people lose, but here's why you
Why are you here if you think that I'm not legit?
They're special, and how they're going to suddenly make you successful, even though.
Why waste your time with somebody that is not legit, brother?
But let's go over the actual numbers, because I think getting familiar with the actual statistics helps people make better informed decisions. I did this with Amazon FBA. When Amazon FBA was all huge, I did a video showing that only 8% of third-party Amazon sellers make even a fry cook's income, guys. Like, not a lot of money, just a fry cook's income. Only 8% of third-party Amazon sellers will ever hit those numbers. So in this video, I want to do something similar and just show you.
Smokers was saying it's a joke.
Day trading is. And I know a lot of day trading is about that excitement, the hustle, the day trader life. But I think if you get a good grasp of the numbers, if you understand the numbers, you won't be so convinced. So I'm hoping those of you who
Hang on, let's skip a little bit. Like, he's just, come on, man.
fails.
Wrong.
Proved over and over again.
Wrong.
The problem with that is that investing is one of those rare kind of domains where you can get all the advantages of investing.
So, Alimin Grillo was saying, my friend, how should we call you, Star? Let's call me Star. That's fine, man.
With basically no effort, using something called an index fund, which is what I use, and it's a passive investment tool where you just put.
Okay, come on, man.
Even out index fund for and living where they do a brief sum. I'm not losing money than you would with an index fund, because I'm going to assume for index. Part of that is because of the fees, but part of that is for another reason, because this is looking at what's called retail traders, and retail traders are people like me and you who are just handling our own money. We're not working for a bank. Now we need to consider institutional traders, because when you're trading, right, you're trading across the table from somebody. And more often than not, that person might be an institutional investor. In other words, a bank. And this is where we go back to our next study. Once again, it's day trading for a living. And what's interesting about this study is they say, hey, We think that actually the fact that there are more hedge funds than ever, the fact that institutional investing has gotten bigger than ever, the banks are a bigger and bigger percentage of the total shares traded every day, that fact puts retail traders at a disadvantage, because now it's not just Joe Blow on the internet versus Joe Blow on the internet.
Joe Blow, that's called Joe Schmo, man. It's not Joe Blow, it's Joe Schmo.
Now it's Adam versus gigantic hedge funds supported by...
So Ali Migio was saying, okay, let's go, Star. Let's go, brother.
Technologies, one of the few hedge funds which consistently has outperformed the stock market. Math looks at to the retail, actually futures market. This study after 1 year. Guys, that is insane. In other words, 97%...
That is insane. And that's what, like I've been saying from the very start, from the videos, most traders are unprofitable.
of them lost
Like,
money.
being a trader, like over the long term, like you have, but I say this, you are already an anomaly. Even if you're just break even in trading after like years, that is already like, you have outperformed already most, because most are just losing. So with me saying 90%, it's actually under exaggerated. Most traders are losing even more than that, right?
And this paper is...
And by the way, it sounds so cliche, right? The statistic, 90% of traders lose 90% of their capital within 90 days. It's not just a, hang on. Smokers was saying, is coffee still making you uncomfortable? You keep skipping. No, he's not making me uncomfortable. What I was about to say, man, I just lost my point. Like, you're always with these kinds of questions. Yeah, 90% of traders are losing 90% of their money within 90 days. That is not just made up. That is really the fact. And over the long term, they're even going to lose more than that, right? Getting even into a break even is very hard.
Really clear about who they're trying to convince with the findings. They say this, check this out, quote, "It is now very easy for anyone to enroll in one of the many online courses about day trading or to join live trade rooms in YouTube where traders teach retail investors how to trade in real time. We show that it is virtually impossible for an individual to day trade for a living, contrary to what brokerage..."
So why is it impossible? We show that it's virtually impossible for an individual to day trade for a living, contrary to what brokerage specialists or course providers often claim. Why is that, right? So if we're going to get back into the video, let's actually go to the description and see where that is. Research, cross-section. So that statement on itself, why is it impossible for an individual to day trade? So don't even take me, right? Let's just say that I'm somebody who is not profitable. I have not been doing this for X amount of years and whatnot. Take somebody else, or your favorite guy that's called Burnt. Why is that guy not possible, right? It's saying that virtually impossible for an individual to day trade for a living, right? So Burnt is also not a broker specialist, yet he's also making money. Like, whether or not that's true or not, but you know, that's what you believe. That's what we're talking about, right? So Smokers saying this is interesting.
Course providers often claim, Snake Gang, that is it. Snake Gang, that's all you need to know.
I think just because most people are not profitable, that doesn't mean that it's impossible.
Nails it. Virtually impossible for an individual to day trade for a living, contrary to what brokerage specialists and course providers often claim. And one of my favorite parts about this study is not only do they call out course providers in a scientific paper, but also they say, oh, positive, who are points, at least they're looking great, Teller makes. They're not, in fact, so, you know, their sellers have madness. So I go out on a limb and say that it's not right for almost everyone. Most people are better cut out.
Okay, brother, so we have watched your video. I know what it is about.
I want to hear about it in the
You do try to make it uncomfortable as possible. I have still watched your video. Yes, I have skipped through the entire video, but I am showing it on the stream because I don't really care about that. I know my stuff. Everybody who likes. So Amigo was saying, Star, are your stop losses so low? Brother, that's the point of doing this entire thing, you know? I'm trading in negative versus a word. So what you're currently doing, or what you have been doing so far, is going for something like this, right? You're having a positive versus a word. The problem is with that shit, you are going to lose like what, 10 times in a row. I'm even tired of saying the sentence so many times, 10 times, 10 times, 10 times in a row. But it is really like that. So hang on, I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I guess you have been new, and I recommend watching a different video from me. I'm gonna send it in real quick. Hang on. Here you can watch this video like either now or later when the stream ends. This is going to explain to you everything on why when you're trading a positive versus a reward. Hang on. So we have looked at this a couple of times now, but people are just joining new and they just don't know this, right? So I hope nobody's going to get annoyed. So I'm asking you, Almedo, what is your win rate, right? Now you'll be saying, well, my win rate is 40%, which that can already be something good. If you're trading like a 1-4-2 or something, 40% is already something that you can be profitable with. Well, see this, you are going to lose 10 times in a row. So this is after 1,000 trades, and after 1,000 trades, as you can see, chances of you losing 10 times in a row is basically 100%. Now this chart is also not quite completely right because there's always going to be that 99.9999999, but that is basically 100%. So yeah, that's why they have marked it out like that. Right, and this chart doesn't even extend, right? So if we're going to go all the way in here, this might be 11 and then 12. Why is this so big? Come on, man. Right, this goes to 11 or 12, right? And then this will be like 90%. And then this is going to be like 80%, right? So you can expect to lose like 15 times on a row. Let's just put it that way. Why? Because your win rate is so low. And you might be saying, well, but I know guys who have a very high win rate and a high risk to reward. Well, basically, the video that we have just watched, although I don't entirely agree with it, because there is retail traders who are profitable. Whether it's going to be your Burns, what Smokers was saying earlier, or whoever it is going to be, there is retail traders who are profitable and also consistently profitable. But there is not really somebody who has like a 90% win rate, like over 1,000 trades. Like in the last stream we have watched Burnt having a win rate of 100% over 6 months. But he has also not taken a lot of trades. Like, don't get me wrong, that is still a great accomplishment. And I think he also did with a positive versus reward. That is a great accomplishment. But he has taken like what 10 different trades over 6-month period, right? Which is not something bad. It's just the problem that you cannot really say, okay, he's never going to lose in that sense, right? That is sort of an anomaly. Now, whether or not he's legit, like, I don't know this guy, right? Smokers just has brought him up in the last stream. But my point is, if you're having a high risk to reward, your win rate is going to be lower. Can you be profitable with that? Yes, you can also be profitable with that, but most people are just not profitable. I've said it in one of the videos, and actually somebody said it in the Discord. In one video I said, you have tried everything, right? You have tried a positive versus reward, you have tried ICT, you have tried SMC, you have tried like Wyckoff theory, you have tried to top and bottom tick, you have tried to follow some kind of Mulano on TikTok, and this was also not working. You have tried to follow some kind of guy that is called Powell on TikTok, has also not worked out for you. Why not give this a try, right? What do you have to lose? So yeah, that's basically my point. Okay, so NZD Cat has already hit a take profit. If we would have taken the trade, we have not taken it. It's no problem, no big deal. And I didn't expect this to go all of a sudden to the upside. I expected this to have a little bit of pullback lower and then higher. Has that happened? That's also no problem. We're just going to stick to it. So Smokers was saying, so you don't think making a living trading is impossible? Yes, I do not think that it's impossible to be a profitable trader. Yeah, I don't think that is true. I do think that it's possible. And yeah. Why did you say that so complicated? You could have said like, so you think that it's impossible to become a profitable day trader, right? You could have said it that way. But Smokers, here's the question for you. Do you believe that it's possible to be a profitable day trader? How about that? And we're going to flip it. Is it possible to be a profitable day trader? I mean, you can only say yes. Because else I would really not understand why are you in the stream. If you're saying no, then I don't know why you have joined the stream. Like, my personality, it's also not going to be my personality. I know that, most people are not watching the streams for the personality. They're just watching it for analysis or might be some chit chat, right? But definitely not you. Definitely not you. Smokers was saying yes, I do, but the odds are 1%. Okay. Do you believe that you will become a profitable trader one day? So NZD Cat, unfortunately, I wouldn't even say unfortunately, this was not the best trade setup either way. It has not hit a take profit because we have not entered the trade. And that's probably even for the better. Who knows what it would have done if it has gone lower into this FPG, so basically entering the trade. And then onto the upside, right? Who knows what would have happened after that, so it might as well just do something like that. So yeah. Smoker saying, I am already profitable, I'm just broke. That's straight up cap. Sure, send it in. Like, that is straight up cap. And you have proven that to me right now. Like, before that, like, there was still at 10%, but right now, you have proven it to me. If you have gotten a payout, right? What have you done with that payout? Like, have you, like, what's your IG handle? Go to Discord, man. And I can also give you the IG. You really want that, but just go to, I prefer Discord. Okay, so here's it going to be. Instagram, everybody wants to follow. This is my Instagram, my official Instagram. And yeah. Where are you from, Stars? Asking Almogino. Take a guess, man. You have three chances. Ah, man, we have 11 likes. I have just 8, but I'm gonna do the push-ups. Because if this is going to get to like 20, then like I'm not going to do like 100 different push-ups. Just like that. So yeah. And 1 second. There we go. Like, that thing has just spawned out of nowhere. That pillow. So I'll meet Gino saying, I would say somewhere with lots of snow, like Switzerland. You know, just because I'm white, like snow, doesn't mean that I live where snow is, but actually, like, snow and cold is not even like that bad. But it's basically two countries. There's a country where I live in, and there's a country where I'm actually from. Right? And I speak both languages. Or like also English, which is 3. Okay. You say no because of the coin you're trading. I'm not trading a coin. Oh, you mean on the right? No, these are like some, like this just on the side. I don't really trade crypto in that sense. Now let me go to, where was it? Was it AUD CHF? Yes. Like I know more about my currency. Yeah, man. Whew. Man. That shit's like, I've made like 55. Because we have 11 likes. You can also see, like I'm seeing this, the stream a little bit delayed. My skin is red as hell, like I'm a tomato. Or a cherry. So, Almagini was saying, I like how I know about my currency, okay? She was also saying, okay, so you live in Germany. Why was that so quick? How do you know that I'm from Germany? At least I live here. I mean, was saying, nice. Appreciate it, brother. So, hang on, let me close that shit. So Almagini was saying your vibe and your accent. Where are you from, man? If you're not from Italy, kick, ban, man. You have to be from Italy because of your name. Come on, man. Nah, man. Of course not. So Smokers is saying I sent him to general. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it later. But yeah, once again, like you said, you're already profitable, but you're broke. What have you done with your payout? Like, doesn't add up. Like, if you have made a significant amount of money, why have you not taken that money, put it into another prop firm? You're capping. I see a capper like right from the start. But it's no worries. Like, whatever. So, Ravi Hunt was saying, hey, how many years have you been in trading? I'm trading for 6 years right now, brother. Asking because I'm a student and I want to start trading. You have gotten to the right place because I have countless of different videos that you can go into that are going to explain fully in detail on how I am trading, my entire strategy and everything. I haven't made a significant amount. You're saying it doesn't matter. The minimum payout for a lot of prop firms is $50. Okay, so that means you at least, okay, let me check how much have you made. So you've made 880, which also there's like a lot of things going wrong with you. There's a lot of problems. So you call Jiren in here, you call smokers on there. Nah. Anyways. Okay, but I believe you, okay? So you have made $880. Where have you put that money into? Like, where are those $880? Why have you not bought another prop firm challenge? If you're profitable, then you are going to pass it, right? Almigi was saying, I want to start trading, but not demo do, and I'm not sure I'll pass an account, so you know how I can start trading with low capital for experience. What I recommend to you when you have just started out, demo trade. Demo trade and backtest. Like, there's no reason getting to live. Now, I am a big fan of getting live rather sooner than later, but not with a big amount. You know, start with $10, start with as little as possible and just trade with that amount. Don't put like 2,000 to a broker or whatever you have laying around, right? This is not the way to go. Smoker saying Smoker and Jiren are anime names. Low. My real name is Lloyd. Lloyd. So you watch a lot of anime. So anyways, what I was saying. Answer me the question. Where have those $880 gone? So you said you were profitable, right? Why have you not taken that money, put it into another prop firm challenge? Since you are profitable, you should have also passed that account, right? But that's kind of not happened. So Almiginio was saying, already did. You already opened like a small broker account and you were trading on that one. That's great stuff. Like, just keep trading on a small demo account, because there's like this little dilemma. So first of all, you have to basically live trade to get the psychology, but also if you're a beginner in your live trading, then you'll just lose money, because whatever you're putting right now into your broker, you will lose that money, guaranteed. Now, but it's still very important for the learning experience. You just a little bit, okay? Don't put like much into the broker, just a bit at a time. And of course, like, once again, I've already said a couple of times, but I made countless of videos that are for free to watch. Okay? So Smokers saying, I blew my Planet account after the payout. I told you this. But why are you profitable, man? Why are you blowing the account? Dude, you see how every time you're asking me a question, no matter how, because you're trying to make me nervous, you're trying to ask critical questions. Can I answer the questions? I never dodge a single question, but you're dodging my question right now. Almaginio was saying, no, I traded on demo. I want to start a little demo, but I didn't find anywhere I can start with little capital. There's lots of different brokers you can start with little capital. Like, you just put like $15-$30 into it and you can just trade. Like, what is the problem? Are you not able to find a broker? Because like right now I'm also doing the same, right? Like a very small account, like a challenge that we're doing in here. You know? And also just do it. Oh, hang on, we didn't set up. This would have been it, of course. Guys, is the stream lagging, by the way? Just let me know. Hang on, chat. Alright, so guys, let me know, is the stream lagging right now or not? Is it going smooth? So yes, Magini was saying, yes, what broker can I use? Fusion Markets, man. That's what I'm currently using. So Almagini was saying, yes, it crashed for like 7 seconds. Ah, man, that's shit. Not cool. It's not good, man. I don't know what's happening right now. So Smokers was saying my drawdown was 3%. Why do you risk an instant funding account? Or what did you choose? Like 2-step, 1-step? Probably instant funding, right? But then once again, you're not profitable. You're only profitable, to me, in my eyes, when you have traded for a significant amount of time. Now it's good you're saying? Okay, I hope so. It's kind of weird, like, you should only be able to see trading view. Man, the stream is just chopping around. Ah, dang it. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working, man. I'm trying to resolve it currently. It should be working now. Is it working now, guys? Let me know. Ah, dang it, man. Why is it doing like that? So is it working now? Can you see the stream? Is it watchable? Does it work now? Should be. Dang it, man. Somebody's spamming heart in the chat. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Appreciate that shit. Fortunately, the stream is just not working. Yeah, I might have to end the stream because it's just not working for whatever reason, man. Trying to resolve this, but I mean, what can I do against the internet? Like be like a technician, just go into this like box and try to fix that shit. It's just not working for X and Y, Z reason. Kind of a bummer. So, Alidor was saying, what broker do you recommend? I'm gonna send it in real quick. I'm gonna send it to you, alright? So Alidoro, what I'm just, it's called Fusion Markets, but just go to my Discord, DM me, and I'm going to send it to you. It's called Fusion Markets. Like, I don't know if you understand what I mean. But yeah, guys, stream is just lagging. I can unfortunately not stream like that. For everybody that has been tuning in, appreciate you watching. Right up until this point, watch all of the other videos that I've done. They are going to explain it to you better. Because for right now, the stream is just lagging. And yeah, I just cannot work like that. But yeah, much love, Alidoro. Appreciated you watching. Also, smokers, everybody that came in. And yeah, guys, see you next time.